What if the most powerful move you could make right now is to step back instead of pushing harder? What if real growth doesn't come from more noise, but from choosing silence on purpose? And what if disappearing for a moment is exactly how you finally become who you were meant to be? In a world filled with constant noise, endless demands, and nonstop distraction, sometimes the most revolutionary choice you can make is to disappear. Not to vanish from life, but to step away from the chaos. To pause the cycle of reacting and responding, and give yourself the space to truly transform. Why would anyone want to disappear? Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Like you're living someone else's life, following someone else's rules, chasing someone else's dreams? If you felt that way, then you already understand why disappearing can feel so necessary. But disappearing isn't about running away. It's not about avoiding problems or abandoning responsibility. Disappearing is about creating a blank canvas. A clean slate where you can design your life with intention. Think about it. When an artist creates something meaningful, they begin with a blank canvas. When a writer changes lives with words, they start with an empty page. And when you want to transform yourself into who you were always meant to be, you need space. You need a blank slate. That is what disappearing gives you. It allows you to step away from the noise, the expectations, and the limits placed on you by others, and sometimes by yourself. It gives you the chance to ask the deeper questions. Who am I really? What do I truly want? What am I capable of becoming? Now, some of you might be thinking this sounds inspiring, but unrealistic. You have a job. You have responsibilities. People depend on you. And you're right. Disappearing doesn't mean vanishing into thin air. It means creating space. It means carving out time, even just a few minutes a day, to step back from the world and reconnect with yourself. It means learning to say no to what drains you, so you can finally say yes to what truly matters. It is not about physical absence. It is about mental and emotional presence. It is about being so fully present with yourself that, for a moment, the rest of the world fades away. Now let's talk about transformation, because disappearing and creating that blank slate is only the first step. The real change begins when you start filling that space with new ideas, new habits, and new ways of thinking and living. Transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming more fully yourself. It is about peeling away the conditioning, the false beliefs, and the limiting thoughts that have been holding you back, and revealing the person you were always meant to be. But here's the truth. Transformation is not easy. It is not comfortable. In fact, at times it can be painful. Growth hurts. Change hurts. Stepping outside your comfort zone, questioning long-held beliefs, and facing your fears head-on is never simple. Yet nothing truly valuable comes without discomfort. The person you could become, the life you could create, and the impact you could make are worth that temporary unease, aren't they? Some of you may be wondering where to begin. How do you actually start disappearing and transforming? It begins with awareness. You must become aware of where you are right now, not where you think you should be, and not where others expect you to be, but where you truly are. Take an honest look at your life. Examine your relationships, your career, your health, your finances, and your personal growth. What is working? What is not? Where are you thriving, and where are you struggling? This kind of self-assessment can be uncomfortable. We are very good at avoiding the truth, at overlooking what is not working, and at making excuses. But real transformation starts with honesty. Not a filtered version of the truth, but the full picture. Once you have that awareness, the next step is creating space. This is where disappearing truly comes into play. You need to carve out moments in your life to step away from the daily grind and focus inward. This does not require drastic changes. It starts small. Maybe it means waking up 30 minutes earlier to journal or reflect. Maybe it means taking a quiet walk during your lunch break instead of scrolling on your phone. Maybe it means turning off your devices for an hour in the evening to read or simply think. The key is consistency. These small pockets of space, practiced regularly, are where real transformation begins. 457. Better to create 15 minutes of space each day than to try to disappear for a whole weekend once a month. Why? Because transformation doesn't happen in big dramatic moments. It happens in small consistent actions repeated over time. As you create this space, you'll start to notice something interesting. The noise of the world will start to fade away. The constant chatter in your mind will begin to quiet down, and in that silence you'll start to hear something else, your own inner voice, this voice your authentic self has. 530. Always been there, but it's been drowned out by the noise of the world, by the expectations of others, by your own fears and doubts. As you create space and silence in your life, this voice will grow stronger, and this voice, my friends, is the key to your transformation. Because here's the truth, you already have everything you need to transform your life. You have the wisdom, the strength, the creativity, the resilience. It's all there inside you, but you can't access it when you're constantly reacting to the world around. 559. You can only access it when you create the space to go inward, to connect with your true self. Now, as you start to listen to this inner voice, as you start to reconnect with your authentic self, you'll begin to get clarity on what you really want. And this is where the real work of transformation begins. You see, knowing what you want is only half the battle. The other half is having the courage to go after it. And this is where many people get stuck. They know what they want, but they're afraid to pursue it. They're afraid of failure. Afraid of what? 633. Others might think afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone, but here's the thing, fear is a natural part of the transformation process. If you're not feeling afraid, you're not dreaming big enough. The key is to feel the fear and do it anyway. How do you do that? By taking small, consistent actions, by breaking down your big goals into small, manageable steps, by focusing on progress, not perfection. Let's say you want to start a business. That's a big, scary goal, but what's one small step you could take today? Maybe it's researching your market. 709. Maybe it's sketching out a business plan. Maybe you're reaching out to a potential mentor, or maybe you want to improve your health again. That's a big goal. But what's one small step you could take right now? Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's choosing an apple instead of a cookie for your afternoon snack. These small actions might not seem like much, but remember, transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens through small, consistent actions repeated over time. As you take these small steps, as you begin to see progress, something remarkable happens. Your confidence grows. Your belief in yourself strengthens. And almost without realizing it, you start taking bigger steps, setting higher goals, and allowing yourself to dream on a larger scale. But here is the reality. As you transform and step closer to your true potential, resistance will appear. And often, the strongest resistance does not come from the outside world. It comes from within. There is a part of you that resists change, a part that wants to keep everything familiar and safe. You can think of it as a guardian of the comfort zone. It believes it is protecting you. It whispers doubts like, who do you think you are to want more? Or you are not good enough for that. These limiting thoughts can feel powerful. They can stop you, drain your confidence, and tempt you to retreat into old habits. But here's the truth. These thoughts are not facts. They are just thoughts. And thoughts can be changed. When that inner voice tells you that you are not enough, pause and challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where is the proof? Then replace it with a stronger, more empowering thought. Tell yourself, I am learning and growing every day. I am capable of becoming more than I was yesterday. This process takes practice. It takes patience. But it is one of the most powerful tools you have, because your life is shaped by what you consistently think. A mind filled with limitation creates a limited life. A mind filled with belief creates possibilities. As you continue this journey of disappearing and transforming, remember this. You are not alone. While personal growth is something only you can do for yourself, you do not have to do it in isolation. One of the most powerful choices you can make is to surround yourself with people who support your growth, who believe in your potential, and who challenge you to rise higher. You are deeply influenced by the people you spend the most time with. So take a moment and reflect. Are those around you inspiring growth or reinforcing fear? Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? If you want real transformation, be intentional about your environment. Seek out people who are walking the path you want to walk. Learn from them. Let their confidence strengthen your own. This is not about copying someone else or comparing your journey to theirs. It is about surrounding yourself with people who bring out the best in you and support you as you become more fully who you are meant to be. As you continue this process of disappearing and transforming, remember that it is never a straight line. You will not wake up one morning suddenly changed. There will be ups and downs, steps forward and steps back. Some days you will feel unstoppable, as if everything is finally aligning and you can clearly see the person you are becoming. Other days you will feel uncertain, discouraged, and wonder if the effort is worth it. And here is the truth. Both experiences are part of the journey. The good days matter because they show you what is possible. They give you a glimpse of the future you are building. They fuel your motivation and remind you why you started. The difficult days matter just as much. They test your commitment. They reveal where growth is still needed. They remind you that transformation is not about reaching a final destination, but about who you become along the way. The key is not to cling too tightly to either. Do not let the good days make you complacent, and do not let the hard days convince you to quit. Learn to ride the waves. Acknowledge your progress. Learn from your setbacks. Then keep moving forward. Because the only real way to fail in this process is to stop showing up. As long as you keep taking small, consistent steps, and as long as you keep believing in your potential, you are moving in the right direction. As we begin to bring this reflection together, there is one powerful truth that is often overlooked. Your transformation does not stop with you. When you disappear, grow, and step into your true potential, you do not just change your own life. You influence the world around you. Think about it. When you become more grounded, more confident, and more purposeful, how does that affect your relationships? How does it change the way you show up at work? How does it shift the energy you bring into every room you enter? When you live with intention and pursue what truly matters to you, you quietly show others what is possible for their own lives. Your transformation creates a ripple effect. It inspires. It challenges. It opens doors in ways you may never fully see. One changed life touches another, and then another. In this way, your personal growth becomes something far bigger than you. It becomes a catalyst for positive change, not just within you, but far beyond you. This transformation matters because it is not only about improving your own life, even though that alone is meaningful. It is about becoming the kind of person who can make a real difference in the world. The truth is, the world needs you. It needs your unique gifts, your perspective, your contribution. It needs you to step into your strength, to live with purpose, and to become the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. That is what disappearing and transforming is truly about. It is about clearing away the noise, the distractions, and the limitations that have been weighing you down. It is about creating enough quiet to hear your own inner voice again. And more importantly, it is about finding the courage to follow that voice, to pursue what matters to you, to become the person you have always sensed you could be. This path is not about chasing success by the world's standards alone. It is about building a life that feels deeply fulfilling by your own standards. A life where you are not just earning a living, but making a difference. A life where you are not simply existing, but truly living. As we come closer to the end of this reflection, I want to leave you with a simple challenge. Decide right now to disappear and transform. Decide to create space in your life for reflection, growth, and clarity. Decide to listen to your inner voice, to pursue your dreams, and to step into your true potential. It will not be easy. There will be challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when quitting feels tempting. But remember, transformation is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about becoming strong enough to rise above it. And remember this as well. You are not alone on this journey. There are people who believe in you, who support you, and who want to see you succeed. Seek them out. Learn from them. Let their belief in you strengthen your belief in yourself. Because the truth is, you already carry greatness within you. You have the power to create an extraordinary life. You have the ability to make a real difference in this world. So step away from the noise, release the distractions, clear the limitations, and create that blank slate. Then, with intention, courage, and persistence, begin to paint the life you were always meant to live. Step forward and begin creating the masterpiece of your life. Transform yourself. Step into your power. Become the person you were always meant to be. Because when you do, you will not only change your own life, you will quietly influence the world around you. As we bring this journey of disappearing and transformation to a close, remember this one essential truth. Transformation begins the moment you decide to create space for it. When you step away from the noise of the world, even for a few moments each day, you open the door to deep and lasting growth. This journey is not about becoming someone new. It is about revealing the authentic, powerful version of you that has been there all along. Every small step you take, every limiting belief you challenge, Every moment you spend listening to your inner voice becomes a brick in the foundation of your transformation. Embrace the process, with its highs and lows, knowing that each experience is shaping you into who you are meant to become. Your transformed self carries more influence than you may realize. As you step into your true potential, you create a ripple effect that inspires and uplifts others. Growth spreads quietly, but powerfully. So move forward with courage and determination. Disappear from what no longer serves you, and transform into the fullest expression of yourself. The world is waiting for the unique gifts only you can offer. Your journey starts now. Make it count. I wish you good health, happiness, and continued growth. And if this message resonated with you, remember to subscribe to Mindset Daily so we can continue this journey together.